Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to give you my thoughts on the new Salem's Lot, which released as a HBO Max original, and of course is another adaptation of Stephen King's novel. And to preface a little bit, I don't have a major attachment to the original animated series. I don't have a major attachment to the original miniseries or anything like that. I've watched it. I thought it wasn't quite hitting for me. It was a little overlong, a little inconsistent for me. So I was, although there were things I'll say that I appreciated and liked about it, I was more than willing to see what a newer version of it would be like. Um, Now I realize this is an under 2 hour film, and I'm not a book purist either, so I'm not expecting everything to be in a less than 2 hour movie, nor do I think everything needs to be like a 4 hour adaptation or something like that either. So I was curious to see what they would do with a more condensed version that's made during this time period. And I gotta say, I know it has mixed reception, but I enjoyed it. I really did. Um, I think it was shot fairly nicely. It looks good. Uh, the cast, I think, is pretty likable all around. We have like a good group of decently likable characters. I recognize Bill Camp, who I think was one of the best actors in the movie. You also have Lewis Pullman, who wasn't too bad as Ben Mears, the author. Alfre Woodard, Jordan Preston Carter, who's one of the main kids in the film, I thought did a pretty good job. He impressed me a bit. Uh, that maybe the biggest compliment I can give this movie is its energy, its vibe. It has a sense of fun and genuine camp, without veering into like total like horror comedy or spoof or anything like that. And I think that's a balance that is getting kind of harder and harder to find these days. It has elements and ways it does things, I think purposely so, or okay, that's cheesy and that's kind of campy, but it reminds you of like these older horror movies. It reminds you of those types of films that would evoke like that sense of fun, and while at the same time still having dread, still having some stakes, pun intended, and investment. And it balances that between true camp, again, without veering into like a total comedy or spoof, and still kind of taking itself seriously, in spots here and there. And I think some people see that and they mistake it for, oh yeah, that was just bad or that was just terribly done. I think they're kind of missing what the movie was going for here. You also get more of the Barlow vampire in this one, which just makes it all the more kind of entertaining, and they still utilize him in selective spots. So it's not like a complete shot for shot redone version of the miniseries. I liked it. And like I said, I enjoyed it. I had a fair bit of fun with it, maybe a little bit more than I even expected. I think it was a really easy watch, also. And there was some stuff I would have liked to have known more about, sure, but I don't think everything needs to be a 3-4 hour film. I know there are some book purists that are probably still upset about certain things being left out or what, but I was surprised by this. I liked it quite a bit. I'm giving it probably like a B plus, somewhere in there. It's not perfect. Not all the performances like fully land for what they're individually going for. Um, but as an overall production, I think it was actually it just worked for me. I'm sorry. But yeah, let me you guys thought about it. There are some like CG bits here where you can kind of very much tell, um, but they use that well with some of the darkness and the coloring of certain shots, where kind of the brightness from the CG works in a certain extent with the eyes and everything. I don't want to go into like spoiler territory, but they have this element where the crosses actually light up, and that's one of those things that's it's kind of cheesy, that's kind of campy, but it actually kind of worked for me. Of course, if you're playing on the holiness or whatever, being protected by light, it takes that in a literal sense, to a point, and I think it fit with the spirit of the movie. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, of course, Instagram.